Good evening, fellow collectors. January 3rd, 2011. Yes, I know I did a video last night, but I'm in a mood to do another one today. And like I always say, and this is for the new viewers, eBay does not filter out forgeries. And like we always know, 80% of those who buy and sell autographs on eBay have no clue about autographs. That's why eBay is so rampant with autograph fraud. eBay makes a ton of money and has made a ton of money, tens of millions of dollars, on the sales of forgeries. And this happens because of dopey, idiotic, moronic buyers. If it wasn't for them, sellers of forgeries will not remain in business, but they do because they know that most buyers of autographs have no clues to what they're doing. And let's remember one thing also. Contained in every auction is the statement, seller assumes all responsibility for this listing. So if you're selling an autograph of Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, and it's authenticated by GEI and it's a forgery, well, you should still know better. You're still responsible for that auction and its content. And like we always say also, I'm being repetitive, I apologize, but eBay autograph buyers are not the sharpest tools in the shed. Did you ever think to wonder, when you buy these autograph cards from these sellers who literally have thousands to sell, did you ever ask them how they get their autographs? What makes you think that they have access to these athletes either in person or through the mail and you don't? Think about that. They sit at their kitchen table with their baseball cards and photographs and scribble forgeries. Simple as that. Let's get started exposing some Mickey Mantle and Derek Jeter items tonight. This seller here, D. Reynolds, 1291, had that Ted Williams Mickey Mantle forgery yesterday that I exposed. Well, they're also selling a 500 Home Run Club lithograph. And it's got like 6-7 pictures, but I only want to show you the hard Mickey Mantle in the middle there, that forgery. Item number 2607-1414-3610, and lately in the last year or so there have been a ton of forgeries of these 500 Home Run Club lithographs. You know, and if you dopey buyers, if all you did was just do a quick opinion for $7.49, you could save yourself a ton of money, because this stuff, these are obvious forgeries. But you people have no clue as to what you're doing. And, you know, people, I get some nasty emails, people telling me that I'm being insulting by calling these buyers morons and idiots. Well, you're being insulting by buying this stuff and diluting the hobby. People can't sell their authentic items anymore for a decent buck because you buyers, you dopey buyers, you buy these cheap forgeries. And you have no idea what you're doing. Why don't you learn about autographs? You know why I know autographs? Because I'm knowledgeable and I've learned about them. That's what you do. You don't just dive in and buy an autograph because some guy prints out a piece of paper called a COA from his computer. That's how gullible you dopey buyers are. Alright, let's go to this horrible Mickey Mantle forgery. Somebody spent some... I don't know what to call the guy that bought this, but he's not a Mickey Mantle fan, obviously, or an autograph collector. Look at that, stupid, that's from seller P.T. Farmer. The buyer spent $399.99 on that stupid looking forgery. Item number 1505-3837-0946. And like I always say, and contained in every auction on eBay is the statement, seller assumes all responsibility for this listing. And of course, so do the buyers who have no clue what they're... Look at this. Look at that horrible Mickey Mantle. If you're the buyer of this, I challenge you to take that from seller P.T. Farmer. I challenge you to send this to PSA or JSA. And if it passes any of those authentication services, I will buy your ball back for $500 and I will pay for the authentication fees. That is a 1,000% forgery. You spend $399 on that because you have no idea what you're doing. Just because it comes with a scoreboard COA, that doesn't mean nothing. I'll tell you why. Most of the stuff that have a scoreboard COA doesn't even belong with the item that it's with. People use the scoreboard COA for all kinds of garbage on eBay. The scoreboard COA has been tainted and infected because of eBay and crap like that going on. That is not a scoreboard Mickey Mantle autograph guaranteed. That is a 100% forgery. Someone spent $400 on that piece of crap. Unbelievable. If that buyer had spent $749 on a quick opinion on that, would have saved themselves $400. Again, from PT Farmer. Item number 1505-2846-9436. This horrible Mickey Mantle forgery. Another GAI piece of junk. GAI should no longer be on the eBay pre-qualified authentication list. There are too many thousands of GAI stuff on eBay that are 100% forgeries, like this horrid Mickey Mantle. There it is right there. Just horrible. I can't tell you how many thousands of this crap has been authenticated, but they are now, of course, defunct. Horrible stuff. Just, again, look at this. By seller PT Farmer. Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, two horrible forgeries. Somebody spent $189 on that piece of crap. That's what I mean. These people don't know. You know, even if something states GAI authenticated or even PSA or JSA, look at the autograph first. Don't look at who certed it. There are certain people you can trust, yes. But you still have to have some kind of knowledge of autographs. If the person who bought this had any kind of knowledge of autographs, they wouldn't have given it a second look. It's another piece of GAI crap. $189 from seller PT Farmer. 1505-3396-9795. This seller is responsible for this listing. I don't care who authenticated this piece of crap, and I don't give a crap that they are GAI, are pre-qualified authenticated, because they should no longer be. They should be banned. There's too much crap on eBay. Diluting the hobby. Killing the hobby. Oh, brother. All right, let's continue here. Look at this horrible Mickey Mantle forgery from seller. Collect in this and that. Collecting this and that. Item number 1605-2683-1703. From seller collecting this and that. And there it is, the Mickey Mantle forgery. None of this stuff is going to pass any really good authentication service. Look at that. That's an ugly Mickey Mantle. This kind of crap is all over eBay. eBay makes a ton of money on this stuff. eBay does not filter out this crap. Unbelievable. This is really bad. From seller Glad 0924. Look at that horrible Teixeira, Joe Mauer, and of course the Derek Jeter on there. Just horrible. Item number 3206-3370-2313. This sold for $113.66. You know, I can't believe that these people who buy this stuff, they cannot call themselves autograph collectors, because autograph collectors, real ones, will not buy, even look, take a second look at crap like that. Just horrible. These people cannot call themselves autograph collectors. Real autograph collectors don't give this kind of crap a second look. From the same seller, Glad 0924. Look at that horrible Derek Jeter. What is that? I think somebody spent $49 on that piece of crap. Want to prove me wrong? Get it authenticated by somebody legitimate. From seller Glad 0924. Item number 3206-2161-5379. Look at that thing. What an ugly Mickey. What kind of people bid on this stuff? I'll tell you. It's the kind of people that are ruining the hobby. Period. Matter of fact, the person who bought this, I looked in the feedback. The person who bought this buys a ton of forgeries. I don't know why. Either they're reselling them on the outside somewhere, you know, outside of eBay or something. But the buyer of that buys a lot of forgeries. I don't know why. Now, get your puke bags out, because I'm going to show you a seller that's selling forgeries uglier than RMDE Long. The seller's ID is Buzzy Cards. Buzzy Cards. This Jeter, this ugly Jeter forgery sold for a whopping $5.50, and you have to wonder what kind of people are buying the autograph cards from this seller. It's unbelievable. You know what they say about the people who buy this stuff, about autographs? Ignorance is bliss. You think there's a buyer of this really think they got a Derek Jeter autograph photo for $5.50? Item number 2607-1104-9780. And if you read the item description from this seller, it reads something to the effect of, it's time for the next generation to own these cards and photos. These are just horrible forgeries from seller Buzzy Cards. Here's a Brady for $9.50. Item number 2607-1104-8524. This guy sells some really ugly forgeries. Ugly forgeries. Unbelievable. And of course, they, like a lot of other sales of forgeries, the thousands that are on eBay, they rotate the same forgeries over and over again. Jeter, Jordan, Eli Manning, Peyton Manning, Tony Romo, Tom Brady, etc., etc. Here's a ugly Michael Jordan from seller Buzzy Cards. Whopping $20.51. Does the buyer of this really think you got an authentic Jordan autograph for $20.51? I don't think so. Item number 2607-1104-4370. And this seller has a steady rotation of Brett Favre forgeries. Ugly forgery. Oh, most of them are in that same silver marker. Wow. $13.06 this whopper sold for. Item number 2607-0738-4064. And if you're a buyer of the crap from this seller, did you think to ask yourself, I mean, when you buy this stuff, do you ask these sellers how they get such easy access to get these autographs and why they have this access to these athletes and why you can't? Think about that. Think about that. The odds of you getting an autograph and them getting an autograph are the same. And that's nil and less than zero. Period. That's how dopey. You buyers have absolutely no common sense when it comes to autographs. No common sense. Unbelievable. Hey, guess what? Another Michael Jordan from seller Buzzy Cards. This one sold for a whopping $14.82. Item number 2607-0235-1732. Just ugly forgeries. They look like they were done by like a 6th grader, or that's kind of insulting to a 6th grader, but these were done by like a 3-year-old. These are just ugly, horrific forgeries. And guess what? Another Brett Favre from seller Buzzy Cards sold for a whopping $10.50. Item number 2607-0234-2314. And like most of these sellers do, every week they rotate, like RMDE Long. That seller sells like between 200 and 400 forgeries a week or something like that. Every week a steady dose of Brady forgeries, Romo forgeries, Roethlisberger forgeries, Eli Peyton Manning forgeries. Every week they got a Walter Payton up there. Always with the exception, Sweetness from RMDE Long. Alright, one last one from this seller and then we're done tonight. Look at that. I don't know what that is, but it's supposed to be Alex Rodriguez. What a horrid forgery from seller Buzzy Cards. Item number 2607-1105-0730. And like I always say, I am not here to educate people about autographs. You want to learn about autographs? Do what I have been doing for like the last 20, 30 years. You study autographs. You learn, you ask people questions. I don't mean hobby shop owners. Half of them don't know a good autograph from a hole in the wall. And ask questions. Use some common sense. That's why the hobby is so messed up today. Because you buyers buy this crap, and the sellers know it, and eBay loves it because they make a ton of money on the sales of forgeries because of you buyers. Without you buyers, these sellers like this are out of business. I'll talk to you guys.